Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, hearty welcome to all of you. And today is a very important and auspicious day. Today is what? Today is the disappearance day of His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charanarvind Swami, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Date wise, Srila Prabhupada disappeared on 14th of November 1977. But generally in ISKCON we celebrate Acharya's appearance and disappearance according to their Tithi. So today is, according to Tithi, Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. So we thought that our morning sessions of Bhagavatam study circle, we will focus it bit towards Srila Prabhupada and his glories, and in remembering him. So we'll first recite one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam and then we will do some discussion. Okay? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye. Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtigi Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So I'm sharing one verse on the screen. You can all see and then we'll recite. Is it visible? Please you can repeat after me. Acharyam mam vijaniyan
Acharyam mam vijaniya.
Navamanyeta karhi chet
Namanyata karvichu.
Namartya buddhya suyeta
Namartya Buddhya Suyeta.
Sarvadeva maya mayo guruhu
Sarvadeva Maya Guru.
Acharyam mam vijaniyan
Acharya
Navamanyeta karhi chet Namartya buddhya suyeta Sarvadeva mayo guruhu Acharyam mam vijaniyan Na avamanyeta karhi chet Namartya buddhya suyeta Sarvadeva mayo guruhu. Any three devotees can recite?
Acharyam mam vijaniyan.
Acharyam mam vijaniyan
Namartya Buddhya Suyeta. Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu.
Thank you. Two more.
Acharya, I will read. Acharya mam vijani
Who is reciting? Voice is not coming.
Pankaj here. Now is it clear?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
No,
Krishna.
it's not coming.
आचार्यं मां विजानीयां नवं येता कर्हि च नामार्यता बुद्ध्या ईशिता सर्वादेवा मयो गुरु.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else?
Acharya mam
आचार्यम् आचार्यं मां विजानीयं नवमन्येत कर्हिचित् नामर्त्य बुद्ध्या सूयेता सर्वदेवा मयो गुरु.
Yeah, thank you for reciting. Now we will see the translation purport. Okay. Somebody can read translation.
One should know the acharyas as myself.
Voice is
Acharya
not
as
coming.
myself.
Very feeble is coming. Very slow. Very light. Others?
One should know the
Yeah.
Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods.
Yeah.
Purport.
We will repeat the translation. One should know the Acharya.
One should know the Acharya as
So this
myself.
is Krishna speaking. These are the words of Krishna. So Krishna is saying, please repeat. One should know the Acharya
One should know the Acharya
as myself
as
As
myself
myself,
and never
and never
disrespect him
disrespect him
in any way.
in any way.
One should not envy him,
One
one
should
should
not
not
envy
envy him,
thinking him an
thinking him
thinking him
an
an
ordinary man.
ordinary,
ordinary man,
For he is the representative
for
for
he
he
is
is
the
the representative
representative
of all the demigods.
of
of
all
all
the
the
demigods.
Yeah. So, partner. Okay, read from here.
This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.17.27, spoken by Lord Sri Krishna when he was questioned by Uddhava regarding the four social and spiritual orders of society. He was specifically instructing how a brahmachari should behave under the care of a spiritual master. A spiritual master is not an enjoyer of facilities offered by his disciples. He is like a parent. Without the attentive service of his parents, a child cannot grow to manhood. Similarly, without the care of the spiritual master, one cannot rise to the plane of transcendental service. The spiritual master is also called Acharya or the transcendental professor of spiritual science. Manu Samhita 2.140 explains the duties of an acharya, describing that a bona fide spiritual master accepts charge of disciples, teaches them the Vedic knowledge with all its intricacies, and gives them their second birth. The ceremony performed to initiate a disciple into the study of spiritual science is called Upaniti, or the function that brings one nearer to the spiritual master. One who cannot be brought nearer to a spiritual master cannot have a sacred thread, and thus he is indicated to be a Shudra. The sacred thread worn on the body of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya is the symbol of initiation by the spiritual master. It is worth nothing if worn merely to boast of high parentage. The, the duty of spiritual master is to initiate a disciple with the sacred thread ceremony, and after this samskara or purificatory process, the spiritual master actually begins to teach the disciple about the Vedas. A person born a Shudra is not barred from such spiritual initiation, provided he is approved by the spiritual master, who is duly authorized to be an to award a disciple the right to be a Brahmana if he finds him perfectly qualified. In Vayu Purana, an Acharya is defined as one who knows the import of all Vedic literatures, abides by their rules and regulations, and teaches his disciples to act in the same way. Only out of his immense compassion does the personality of Godhead reveal himself as the spiritual master. Therefore, in the dealings of an Acharya, there are no activities but those of transcendental loving service to the Lord. He is the Supreme Personality of the Servitor Godhead. It is worthwhile to take shelter of such a steady devotee who is called Ashraya Vigraha, or the manifestation, or the form of the Lord of whom one must take shelter. If one poses himself as an Acharya but does not have an attitude of servitorship to the Lord, he must be considered as an offender, and this offensive attitude disqualifies him from being an Acharya. The bona fide spiritual master always engages in an unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By this test, he is known to be a direct manifestation of the Lord and a genuine representative of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Such a spiritual master is known as Acharya Deva, influenced by envious temperament and dissatisfied because of an attitude of sense gratification. Mundaners criticize a real Acharya. In fact, however, a bona fide Acharya is not different from the personality of Godhead, and therefore to envy such an Acharya is to envy the personality of Godhead himself. This will produce an effect subversive to the transcendental realization. As mentioned previously, a disciple should always respect the spiritual master as the manifestation of Sri Krishna, but at the same time, one should always remember that the spiritual master is never authorized to imitate the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. False spiritual masters pose themselves as identical with Sri Krishna in every respect to exploit the sentiments of their disciples. But such impersonalists can only mislead their disciples, for their ultimate aim is to become one with the Lord. This is against the principles of the devotional cult.
Okay, then it goes on like that. Long purport. Fine. At least we got some understanding of who is an Acharya. Jai. Such a nice verse and nice purport by Srila Prabhupada, who himself is a very glorious Acharya. So, since today is Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, and we are going to have a festival beginning from AM. There will be glorifications of Srila Prabhupada and offerings of 1008 bhoga offerings and arti and then feast prasadam for all devotees. It's a very nice festival. So I like to discuss something which is very, very relevant for all of us as practicing devotees. So, uh, see, days like today, Acharyas, especially Srila Prabhupada for all of us, is very, very important to remember, reflect, and feel very deeply grateful in our hearts for what they have given to us, for what they have done for us, and to really, you know, cherish the gifts we have received from them and to express our gratitude. This is actually the sum and substance of days like today, Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day or appearance day. Actually, Acharya have an appearance and a disappearance. They don't take birth in this world like ordinary conditioned souls, and it becomes very visible by their activities. So when an Acharya appears, nobody knows that he is Acharya. Is it not? Like when Srila Prabhupada appeared in 1896 in Bengal, nobody know that he is Srila Prabhupada in Calcutta. So Acharya's appearance is there, but you know, for devotees, Acharya's disappearance is more glorious because when Acharya disappears, the whole world come to know that Acha, he is the Acharya or he was the Acharya and he has done this. And by the time Acharya disappears, his glories are very much manifested all over the world. His activities are already manifested all over the world. Is it not? Like when Srila Prabhupada departed in 1977, Prabhupada has started ISKCON and worldwide movement and thousands of disciples and such preaching of Krishna consciousness. So the glory of Prabhupada is fully manifested at the time of his disappearance day. When Prabhupada appeared in 1896 in Calcutta as a small baby, who knows? It was Srila Prabhupada. So that's why if you compare appearance and disappearance, obviously they are not different from each other. Just like rising and setting of the sun. Just like sun rises, in the morning time, the sun has risen. So the sun has set somewhere else. In the west, sun has set, and in India, sun has risen. Is it not? And when the sun will set in India, it will rise somewhere else. So actually, sun never sets. Similarly, the appearance and disappearance of acharyas is either same only because acharyas are constantly engaged in Krishna's service in different places wherever Krishna wants them to serve. But for us, for our perspective, Acharya's disappearance makes more relevance because that is a time when we actually start to reflect how much important they were or they are to our lives and how much we feel vacant in our life in their absence and how much we feel grateful to them for what they have done for us. So that's why disappearance day are actually more dear to devotees than even appearance days, because there we can fully feel grateful and sorry, fully remember the glories of the Acharya. So such days are to feel grateful, to express our gratitude for everything they have done for us. Many of you have seen the Abhay Charan serial or the Your Ever Virtual video or the new movie made by our Yadubar Prabhu on Hare Krishna, the mantra, the movement and the Swami. And from seeing these kind of videos, and also some of you might have read that small Prabhupada book, the condensed biography of Srila Prabhupada. And maybe some of you might have read the big biography of Srila Prabhupada, Leelamrit, 7 volumes. And then there are so many other writings which Srila Prabhupada disciples have written about Srila Prabhupada. So many of you might have read or seen many things about Srila Prabhupada. So we all know how Srila Prabhupada, in an age-old 70 years, went to a foreign land with practically no help, no money, with 2 heart attacks on a ship, and single-handedly started this movement. like that. So uh, now one very, very important thing for us, for all of us as practicing devotees is how to feel connected to Srila Prabhupada always. It's a very, very important subject matter to be discussed. You see, many times we have heard, we have seen devotees that they come to Krishna consciousness, they start chanting also, follow four noble principles also. But mostly we do all this stuff as a matter of some religious formality. In India, people are anyways pious and they want to connect to some spiritual community, some religious community. There's Ganesh Mandal, there's Mahesh Mandal, there is a Devi Mandal. So many mandals are there. So we also like to connect to some mandal. So when people come to ISKCON, they say, okay, it is an international mandal. Here, foreigners are also there. Here, people speak English. Here, this mandal is a mandal of educated people. Engineers, doctor, corporates are there. So I will connect to this mandal. You know. So many times people connect to ISKCON or to a society like ours out of social pressure or some kind of religious belongingness they want to have. Or sometimes people connect to a society like ISKCON based on, okay, the philosophy they may like. They may say the philosophy is very, very good, very logical, very scientific. Everything is very nicely explained, crystal clear. So then they may like to identify with themselves with this society because this society propagates a particular philosophy which clicks to their intelligence, like that. So that is also one of the reasons why people like to connect. So, which all are actually genuine reasons, but far beyond this, uh, especially today, this is very important for us to discuss that when we are connecting to a society like ISKCON, what we are expected to do when we are connecting to a society called ISKCON, or when we are connecting to a personality like Srila Prabhupada. So, Prabhus, that many times these things are not very outrightly spoken, but deep within our own hearts, we have a kind of difficulty in seeing the Acharya and his movement as one and the same. Acharya and his movement as one and the same. We have this difficulty. For example, even during Srila Prabhupada times, there were many Prabhupada disciples who liked Srila Prabhupada a lot, who loved Srila Prabhupada a lot. Some were very rich disciples, so they used to travel uh, every different place wherever Srila Prabhupada is traveling. So they used to go wherever Prabhupada is giving lecture. They used to go there. Prabhu, who is this Gita life who is changing the photos and quotes showing? Prabhu, is this you?
Yes, Prabhuji. I can
Oh, please don't do this because I get distracted. Other devotees also are getting distracted. Please try to hear. Pay attention. So I was saying that. So even during Srila Prabhupada times, there were many disciples who used to go wherever Srila Prabhupada is going and traveling like that. And they were very fond of Prabhupada. But they were not very strongly feeling a connection to the society which Prabhupada has started, to the movement which Prabhupada has started. Which is the movement Prabhupada started? The Hare Krishna movement, the ISKCON society. So they say, Prabhupada, we love you, but we don't love ISKCON. You know, in fact, one Srila Prabhupada was in one temple, and there, you know, one this kind of disciple who used to like Prabhupada but not ISKCON asked a question to Srila Prabhupada, that Srila Prabhupada, are you ISKCON? Like this he asked. It is a very, and as soon as he asked the question, there was a pin drop silence in the temple hall, because it is a very controversial question. That time there were some dissension going on amongst devotees that, you know, we love Prabhupada but we don't want to follow the ISKCON society, you know, like that. So that's why they asked, but the other people, they were saying, no, if you love Prabhupada, you have to follow ISKCON society because Prabhupada is ISKCON. So, so one person asked the question to Prabhupada only directly, that Srila Prabhupada, are you ISKCON? So you can imagine what a challenging question it is to Srila Prabhupada. But Prabhupada, you know, in his natural humility and a very genuine compassion answered the question. Prabhupada first of all started laughing. Prabhupada told, I'm not ISKCON, I'm a member of ISKCON. Like this, Prabhupada started laughing, and then everybody, as soon as they heard this answer, went and saying, Hari Bol, like that. What a beautiful answer. You know? What Srila Prabhupada was saying, that I'm not ISKCON, but I'm a member of ISKCON. And being a member of ISKCON, I follow what is there in ISKCON. Like that. And in fact, when Prabhupada used to organize GBC meetings and all, so although Prabhupada is the founder Acharya, and you know, he's like he's the Acharya, the founder, and he has all the rights above everyone. But Prabhupada used to participate as one of the members, one of the GBCs. Whenever they used to ask for a voting, so Prabhupada also used to raise hands. Whenever they used to ask a raise of hand, how many of you agree? Prabhupada also raised, like that. So in this way, Prabhupada actually always presented himself that the society, the movement which he has started, is actually in one sense non-different from him, because Prabhupada many times told that ISKCON is my body. At the same time, Prabhupada never gave anybody the monopoly to think that you can love me without loving my society, without loving my movement, without cooperating with my movement and with my society. And actually, over the decades which have passed after Srila Prabhupada disappearance, the testimony of real devotion and real love for Srila Prabhupada, it actually came out through those devotees who kept on serving Srila Prabhupada's movement and Srila Prabhupada's society, even in the absence of Srila Prabhupada. There were many others who, after Srila Prabhupada departed, they thought that now Prabhupada is not there. What is the use of going to temple? What is the use of practicing Krishna consciousness? What is, you know, there's not now much there's not much joy in serving now. And they don't want to cooperate with the GBCs, they don't want to cooperate with the temple management and all the things. So although they were initiated by Prabhupada, they were Prabhupada disciples, that they got very disintegrated, they got very separated, they started living in different places. Many even left Krishna consciousness. But actually, Prabhupada would have not been much pleased with them as much as Prabhupada would have been pleased with those disciples who, even in his absence, continued to serve in his mission, continued to serve in his movement, understanding that Srila Prabhupada's movement is not different from him, and in this way, we will be able to love Prabhupada, serve Prabhupada in his absence. So actually this becomes a very, very important point for all of us to learn, especially on this day of Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, that uh, if we, that many of us don't feel a very strong connection to the movement also. Like many of us, we have never met Srila Prabhupada, we have never seen Srila Prabhupada. So we might have only seen some videos about him, read some books about him, and we may be reading his books. So we may have some idea of Srila Prabhupada, but we may not feel a very strong connection to him. And it is very obvious that when we don't feel a very strong connection to Srila Prabhupada, we are not likely to feel a very strong connection to his movement also and his society also. And suppose we may have some connection to Srila Prabhupada through his books and his lectures we may hear, still we find that we may not be feeling a very strong connection to his society. We may be, in our own homes, in our own places, and reading some Prabhupada books and chanting our rounds and then doing our life going on. But we may not be having very strong feelings towards the society which Srila Prabhupada created, the movement which Srila Prabhupada created. And we may say, okay, this ISKCON, they're the temple, and they are running, the temple authorities are running the temple, or the center is there, the center authorities are running, and I have nothing to give and take with this. I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I'm reading Prabhupada books, so I love Prabhupada. So most of us may think like this and may remain in our cozy zones, but actually speaking, real love for Srila Prabhupada or real gratitude for Srila Prabhupada cannot come if we live our lives with this kind of mentality or with this kind of attitude. If we are really grateful to Srila Prabhupada, if we are really, understanding the contribution of Srila Prabhupada which he has done in our life, then one of the very important parameters or one of the very important sign or symptom of that is that we will also feel for everything what Srila Prabhupada felt for. So Srila Prabhupada felt for his society. He worked hard so much to establish this society, to start this movement, and he wanted to see that this movement spread all over the world. So if we are not feeling the same way, or if we are not trying to feel in the same line as Srila Prabhupada is thinking, then our gratitude is actually lacking. Like that. So, on days like today, one of the very important contemplations to be done by all of us is to understand that how Srila Prabhupada and his society is not different from each other. And Srila Prabhupada considered even himself as the member of the society to take the society ahead. And that is why, to really express our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, one of the ways is to understand that how we can take Srila Prabhupada's movement and Srila Prabhupada's society to great heights and to feel a very great connection to the society. Now, generally, when people come to Krishna consciousness, they actually feel connection to the person who is preaching to them. For example, all of you in Gita life, so because some other I was there to start the Gita life, so you may all feel connected to me, and your connection to ISKCON, your connection to Srila Prabhupada may be coming through me or through me, then to see through senior devotees. But we should actually always remember that all of your connection to me is not independent of Srila Prabhupada and the connection to ISKCON. Either me or anybody else in the society, whenever you feel connected, like for example, today Srila Prabhupada disappearance day, there are so many lectures happening everywhere. In every temple website you go, you will find somebody speaking about Prabhupada, is it not? But you are currently attending my talk, my lecture. Why? Because you all feel connected to me. You all feel connected to Gita live through me, and and in this way you are feeling okay. If we attend this talk, this lecture, then we will come to know about Prabhupada. But actually, so many devotees are talking about Prabhupada. So the point is that even when you feel connected to any counselor or caretaker or any devotee, our connection to that person is only exist because that person is connected to Srila Prabhupada. Or in other words, that person is connected to Srila Prabhupada's society. Like I am a brahmachari in ISKCON. I am a brahmachari in the movement. And that is why you all have a right to connect to me. Suppose tomorrow if I leave ISKCON or if I leave the society, then is there any worth if somebody feels connected to me? There's no worth in that. So similarly, even when we connect to a person also as a devotee, that connection also has meaning only to the extent it is connected to Srila Prabhupada and it is connected to the ISKCON society. We cannot have an independent existence other than what Srila Prabhupada has given us in ISKCON. So many times I get to hear that now during Srila Prabhupada times, 90% people, 90 to 95% people within our movement used to live inside the temples. You know this? Both the brahmacharis, the grahasthas, both used to live inside the temples. There were quarters for Mataji, there were quarters for Prabhujis. Everybody used to live inside. But as the society grew, it was becoming difficult to accommodate everybody inside the temple because temples have a limited structures and limited temples. So and devotees are increasing in numbers, both brahmacharis and grahasthas. So then eventually the GBC decided that the brahmacharis can live inside the temples because they are in a renounced order or they don't live with the family and they can serve. And those who are grahasthas, they can live outside and they can have their own source of livelihood and earning. This was the decision made as the society grew when the temples were not able to accommodate. But over a period of time, because of this decision, one great setback has come to our society, to Srila Prabhupada society. During Srila Prabhupada society times, when both the grahasthas and the brahmachari used to live inside the temple, everybody used to have very strong feelings. Everybody used to have a very strong feelings for the society, for the temple, for the services in the temple, for the services of the movement. Everybody. Why? Because everybody is living within the temple, within the society. Everybody was connected, both brahmacharis and grahasthas. But eventually when the grahasthas moved out, because the temple was not able to accommodate, they were increasing in number. So then, the people who are living outside and having a different source of livelihood, they started feeling that now because, we are not living in the temple, now because, we have a separate source of livelihood. So it means that we are now not a part of the society. It means that now we are not a part of the movement. It means that now we are not connected to society. Like this kind of feeling started coming. And because this kind of feeling started coming, people who started staying outside, the grahasthas, they actually feel not very connected to the movement, not very connected to temple. They feel a disconnection from the temple, disconnection from the movement. And they say, okay, now we have Krishna, we have holy name, we have Prabhupada photo with us, and we have nothing to give and take with the temple. We have nothing to give and take with the center. We have nothing to give and take with the society. But actually, this was never the mood of Srila Prabhupada. The shifting of the grahasthas from temple to outside was only done to just to facilitate them so that they can have some good facilities for themselves to stay properly, because the temple may not become over congested like that. But the mood behind it was never to make them feel disconnected from the society. So here comes a very, very important point for all of us to discuss. Understand that now today what is happening, during Prabhupada times 95% devotees used to stay inside the temple, but today 95% of devotees stay outside the temple. If you see brahmachari grahastha ratio, how many brahmacharis are there? And very few, and they only stay inside the temple. So the majority of our society, of number of devotees, they stay outside of the temple. Majority of the society grahasthas. But the problem with this grahasthas is that there's no problem, they stay outside. But the problem is that while staying outside, they don't identify with the movement, with the society, with the institution which Srila Prabhupada created. They think that just because we are staying outside, we have nothing to give and take with the society, with the movement, with the institution, and how it is growing and how it is functioning. They become very selfishly oriented to worry about their own Krishna consciousness without worrying about the growth of the society. Like that. So this is actually a very great setback. And on days like today, on Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, it is something very important to contemplate and to understand that either you live inside the temple or outside the temple, physically it hardly matters. What actually matters is how much we are feeling connected to Srila Prabhupada and to his society, and how much we are working hard to take his society to great heights. And are we really giving our time, energy, money, and all kind of resources as best as possible for Srila Prabhupada's service and the service of the society? So, one category of devotees, as I was speaking till now, those who just stay outside, they feel a disconnection from the society just because they stay outside or they stay with their families, which is not supposed to happen actually. They are supposed to feel as connected as the brahmacharis feel connected to the society. And second type of devotees also which we are seeing is that like devotees staying in the centers, satellite centers. Sometimes these kind of devotees also have a mentality that we should not stay in the temples, or we should not go to temple much, or we should not feel connected to a temple, because in the temple we are not in control, or we are not the authorities there. So let us go and start our own center somewhere else and stay there, and we will run the center according to what the way we want to run, and we will live there peacefully. So this kind of mentality is also not very appropriate, which is coming nowadays. Whenever we open any center, for example, like our Gita Life Center also, we are only opening such centers under the guidance and the instructions of senior Vaishnavas who are very much inclined and inlined with the desires of Srila Prabhupada. And we don't do anything in these centers which is not according to Srila Prabhupada's desire. But nowadays the kind of culture is coming that either people want to stay at home and feel completely disconnected from Srila Prabhupada's movement, They don't identify themselves with a particular temple or institution, because every temple of Srila Prabhupada represents one institution. So each of us has to ask a question to ourselves on this date today. Which temple of Srila Prabhupada am I connected to? Which temple of Srila Prabhupada am I serving? Which temple of Srila Prabhupada am I accountable to? Or am I trying to work hard for to grow it? Because when we say working for Srila Prabhupada's movement means working for Srila Prabhupada's society temples, which are increasing, or communities, devotee communities. So which devotee community, which temple, which institution of Srila Prabhupada, am I connected to, and I am working for the benefit of that? This is a very, very serious question, Prabhus. Because many times what may happen, we may keep on chanting Hare Krishna, but we are completely in ignorance. We are in identity crisis. अरे to whom I belong, to where I belong, मैं किसका हूं, मेरे ऊपर कौन है? Is it not? So it's a very important question to be asked, that अरे to whom I belong, मेरा माई बाप कौन है? Spiritual माई बाप. So that is how we are supposed to feel today. So two types of devotees that are. One type of devotee who stay at home and completely feel disconnected, and even another type of devotees who may stay in the center and they may want to run the center according to their own ways, not in line with Srila Prabhupada teachings, and not identifying that center connected to a particular temple or a particular institution where Prabhupada presence is there, or Srila Prabhupada's movement is there. So we are not supposed to either feel disconnected while being at home, or we are not supposed to feel disconnected while having a so-called center or a setup where we run it according to our own ways and we do whatever we want to do, and it has nothing to give and take with Srila Prabhupada teachings and the way he wanted to run. So we have to actually cultivate a very deep sense of belongingness to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada's movement. Deep sense of belongingness. I belong to Srila Prabhupada. I belong to Srila Prabhupada's movement. If we are not able to do this, this means we are not yet feeling a very deep sense of connection to Srila Prabhupada. And without feeling a very deep sense of connection to Srila Prabhupada, who's our Acharya, our devotional service is going on a very superficial level. It's not deep. It's not deep. We may be reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. We may be having a lot of knowledge. We may be saluting Prabhupada. We may be saying Jai, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. But that Jai Prabhupada is useless without this homework of identifying oneself with Srila Prabhupada's movement and giving one's time, energy, money and life itself for that movement, to serve that movement. It's not going to work that way. So that's why those devotees who are now, after Srila Prabhupada's departure, taking the movement of Srila Prabhupada on their shoulders, taking it ahead, growing it, it is very, very critical to our devotional service to cooperate with them. It is very, very important for our devotional service to assist them, to serve them, to do everything possible to help them to take this movement ahead. You may say that I love Prabhupada, but I don't like temple authorities, center authorities, counselors, this, that, I have nothing to give and take. Such practice is very, very superficial. In fact, during Srila Prabhupada times, only such kind of devotees were existing. Once Prabhupada was in Hawaii, and in Hawaii, Srila Prabhupada was, was having a meeting, because in that temple, there were some devotees who were not cooperating with the temple management, with the GBCs, with the temple authorities there. But they say, we love Prabhupada. So when Prabhupada himself came there, so then there was a meeting, and Srila Prabhupada was sitting, and the temple authorities were there, the devotees were there. And Prabhupada asked them a very simple question. Prabhupada asked them, whose disciples are you? And they told, Srila Prabhupada, we are your disciples. Prabhupada asked, do you really love me? They say, yes, Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada told that, so my request to you is kindly cooperate with this temple authorities and follow the GBCs. And what they said, Prabhupada, that we cannot do. Prabhupada told, but I just now asked you, whose disciples are you? You told Prabhupada, we are your disciples. So Prabhupada told, really you love me? Yes. So then, if you really love me, then follow what I am saying. So when Prabhupada is asking them that, you just now told that you are my disciples, you want to follow me, you accept me as your spiritual master, and then I am asking you to follow the GBCs and temple authorities, and then what you are saying? That we cannot do. This means you are saying that you love me. Is that really love? What do you say? Yes, Prabhus? That is not love. That is simple sentiments. Useless sentiments. So similarly, when you say that you love Prabhupada, then you have to follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada's instructions are follow the GBCs, follow temple authorities, follow those who are following the temple authorities, following the representatives. So we can never have our own independent ideas, independent plans of doing devotional service, irrespective or independent of the movement which Srila Prabhupada started. It's as simple as that. You may be having knowledge of Gita, Bhagavatam, because we are connected to a sampradaya. In our sampradaya, our Acharya Srila Prabhupada. Once somebody asked a question to my spiritual master that, not my spiritual master, but there are many pure devotees in many other sampradayas also. It is not that Srila Prabhupada is the only pure devotee. There were many pure devotees in every sampradaya, in a Sri sampradaya, other sampradayas also are there. But then why we are talking about Prabhupada so much? Because although there may be many pure devotees in this world, in many other sampradayas, who may also be going back to Godhead, but they never went out to preach Krishna consciousness. They never wrote books, and they never started a movement which can reach out to the fallen conditioned souls like me, so that I can get Krishna consciousness. It is Srila Prabhupada who took the risk of his life to go into the West in the age-old ways, to start a movement, to write painstakingly books in the late nights, to make disciples who will start centers in different places, because of which today I am getting Krishna consciousness. Because of which today I am saved from the cycle of birth and death and material existence. So although there may be so many pure devotees, but I am eternally indebted to Srila Prabhupada, because he is my Masiha. He is my savior. If Srila Prabhupada would have not been there, his movement would not have been there, his disciples would have not been there, his books would have not been there, then I would have not received Krishna consciousness, God consciousness. So in this way, I am indebted. So we can have respect for many other sampradayas who are also teaching pure devotion. But we cannot remain in a hodgepodge thinking, hodgepodge thought process. ये भी अच्छे हैं, वो भी अच्छे हैं, ये भी ठीक है, वो भी ठीक है, ये भी अच्छे करते हैं, वो भी अच्छे करते हैं. No, we cannot feel like that. We may have respect for everyone, but we have to very strongly feel, I am connected to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is my savior. I am in Prabhupada's ISKCON society. Prabhu, until unless this deep feeling is there in the heart, our bhakti is not going to grow at all. Even after 50 years, you are going to remain on the same superficial, third-class platform of devotional service. The intensity in spiritual life comes when this kind of sense of belongingness, this kind of gratitude, this kind of feeling is there for the Acharya who has saved us. If you see the Sri Sampradaya, how much gratitude they feel for Srila Ramanujacharya. You know, even after today, 1000 years has happened approximately. Srila Ramanacharya departed. But the sampradaya is coming because whoever is there in the sampradaya, they feel a very strong connection to Ramanacharya. Even in our Hyderabad and Shamshabad, you know, there's a place called Divya Saketam. Some of you might have visited also that place. Such a monumental statue they have made of Srila Ramanacharya, which is a symbol of their gratitude and love for the Acharya. So, anybody belonging to any sampradaya, whichever sampradaya we belong to, they have to have a very strong sense of connection to the Acharya. And a connection to the Acharya means connection to its movement, his teachings, and his followers, and the authorities who are taking ahead his movement. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Or is it going above the head? I'm not able to see many faces also. So I don't know what devotees are listening also or not. But that's a very important factor because, you know, Vyas pujas like today, it's not just a day of, you know, rotating some flowers and throwing on Prabhupada, you know, just offering some dandavat or dancing in Kirtan, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. That is not sufficient. This feeling, this sense of belongingness has to be there. Then only it's going to come. So now we will all do one exercise that let us try to brainstorm, and in order to develop our gratitude, let's try to, you know, recollect what all Srila Prabhupada gave to this world, and to this world means to all of us also. What all are the contributions of Srila Prabhupada? Let us try to, make a list of it. So, what I'm doing here is I am sharing the screen with you of one blank screen of one. Uh, yeah. So you are able to see the white Word document blank.
Yes, Prabhu.
So we are going to make a list of here contributions. Just a minute. Okay. So this is the first heading. So now each of you will tell me some contributions of Srila Prabhupada, which you know, as many as possible. Don't write it, you can speak it. So that
Give the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to this world.
okay, so how Prabhupada gave knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam? In what form he gave?
Books and teachings.
Yeah. So we can write uh, spiritual literatures. But many other acharyas also have given spiritual literatures before also. What is special about Prabhupada's literatures?
He gave it to the West, to the
Spiritual
world.
literature in English language, very simple to understand or very easy to understand. Correct? Okay. So the devotee who is answering, you should not repeat till the time all the devotees are covered. Huh? Every devotee has to answer at least one. Okay, so spiritual literature in English language, which are very easy to understand and apply. Okay. Yes. Next.
So Prabhupada giving us the
Madhupur, your voice is not coming. Very slow it is coming.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Anil Prabhu here. Anil here.
Anil. Okay, Anil.
Yes, Prabhuji. So,
Yeah.
Prabhuji, Prabhupada giving so many temples at then, and the through the temple, the deities are there, so where we are very easily connect to
Okay,
the Lord.
Prabhupada is giving temples. Prabhupada is giving temples and inside the temples,
Deities, so we are very easily to connect with the deities, or with the
deities.
association we can get through that way.
Okay, deities. Okay, fine. You can speak only one only, huh? Don't speak everything. Okay, next.
Prabhupada formed the GBCs, so which is like to perform large scale preaching, very organized preaching, which we cannot find in any other sampradayas. This is a highest management thing, so that it
Okay,
can be protected.
so Prabhupada gave us uh, organization, organization, uh, organization through GBCs for expansion of the movement. Okay, what else?
Schedule of morning program.
Powerful. Prabhupada gave us morning program. So acharyas like Srila Rupa Goswami, they have find out 64 regulative principles which you are supposed to follow for advancement in bhakti. And Prabhupada designed the morning program through which we can actually practice almost 45 to 50 principles at one place at a time. So Prabhupada gave us the morning program. Very good. What else?
He gave us the purpose of life, which nobody, even the scientists, were aware of in general.
Okay, so Prabhupada actually told us about purpose of life. Okay, what else? Quick. It is actually a brainstorm session. You can speak as many as possible.
Platform to execute bhakti very nicely, Prabhu. Like anybody can get into this bhakti movement very easily, and then they can continue throughout their life.
So that's why you have to be very specific. What exactly Prabhupada gave?
Like all the schedules in the temple, like the beginning from the morning to evening, without having any doubt. Like at this time we need to do this thing. Like I mean, yeah, morning program, and then immediately after that, lecture
We can say
in the temple.
process. Prabhupada gave us
Yes.
process of Krishna consciousness. Okay, what else?
Hare Krishna. Yes. Yeah, Prabhuji, actually, Prabhupada at such an old age of 69, 70, he went to Western world, and then he preached there. So it was kind of Prabhupada doing selfless service to the society and God. And so basically he was merciful and compassionate.
Okay, fine. But our topic here is contributions of Srila Prabhupada to this world. So what Prabhupada gave, that we are asking. Yes, Prabhupada is merciful. He went to the West. He preached. He served selflessly. In what all ways he served, that's what we are listing down here. In what all ways Prabhupada showed his compassion, what all ways selflessly Prabhupada served. So, can you tell one of the contributions of Srila Prabhupada?
Like Prabhupada even brought Indian culture across various countries, like Rath Yatra festival, and which he was like since, at an early age only he was doing at his home. Same thing.
Spreaded the glories of Vedic culture all over the world. Very good. Good point.
Prabhupada also explained Vedic culture in a scientific and logical way, so that generally people tend to need logics for everything. Then only people understand these days.
Okay.
So that is
scientific presentation of philosophy for intelligent beings. Okay. Yes. What else?
Srila Prabhupada established the deity worship standards all over ISKCON. And he gave us festivals and importance of Ekadashi and importance of various festivals, how we should celebrate festivals, so that they can have a connection with the Supreme Lord.
Okay, Prabhupada gave us festivals. Very bold. Festivals to celebrate. There are so many festivals in ISKCON, is it not? Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Gaur Purnima. So many festivals are there. So Prabhupada gave us festivals. What else Prabhupada gave?
Farm communities.
Prabhupada taught us simple living and high thinking through farm communities. Correct. Very good. What else?
Bhaktivedanta Institute.
Yes, who's saying? Vamshi was saying something?
No, Prabhu, it is not me.
Who was it?
Prabhuji, I was telling Bhaktivedanta Institute.
So that we have written scientific presentation of philosophy for intelligent brains. Okay, I will write there BI also. BI. Okay. Okay.
Prabhupada actually has set an example how to
They
live,
also connected
live
us
the
to
world.
all the previous Acharyas.
Who spoke?
It is Vamshi Prabhu.
Vamshi, what you spoke?
Prabhupada actually lived his life, set an example to others how an Acharya is. So he has lived his life as an example. He has, whatever he has said, he has followed it in his life. So he gave that example to the world, how a Jagat Guru is.
Okay, so Prabhupada gave us an example to follow and live. Okay. There are some very, very important things which are forgotten till now, not covered. Some of the very basic and important things.
Prabhupada gave us 16 laws to chant and 4 regulative principles.
Yeah, Prabhupada gave us the holy name. How can you forget? That should have been come on the first. Prabhupada gave us the holy names of Krishna. The Maha Mantra to the whole world. Very nice, very important. Yes, what else? Some of the more basic things are remaining.
Kirtans.
Opportunity to associate with devotees in temple.
Hari Bol, thank you for this point, Prabhu. Prabhupada gave us association of devotees of Krishna. I was looking for this point. Prabhupada gave us association of devotees.
Opportunity to hear.
Prabhupada used to tell that I have started this movement and I'm opening these temples to give people a chance to come and associate with devotees. So association of devotees is given by Prabhupada. Very good. Yes, what else?
Opportunity to hear Krishna Katha repeatedly.
Yeah, opportunity. In the association of devotees, of Krishna, okay, to hear and chant about Krishna. Okay, what else?
Prabhupada gave prasadam, the most delicious prasadam, to attract all the conditioned souls of
I
this
was
world.
wondering how our devotees have become so austere and so self-realized sages they have forgotten prasadam. Prabhupada gave us nectarian Krishna prasadam. Very cool. How many of you like prasadam? I like very much. Today is big feast also. So Prabhupada gave us this culture of prasad.
Prabhupada gave his life and soul to spread the invaluable message of Krishna consciousness, which followed all these activities, whether construction of temple or establishing center or morning programs or whatever we can
What is
say.
Tomesh Prabhu? Come again, Prabhupada?
Prabhupada gave his life and soul to spread this invaluable message of Krishna consciousness, which followed everything, like construction of temple or centers or morning programs or whatever.
Okay, so Prabhupada gave his life only.
Life and soul to spread this message, invaluable message of Krishna consciousness.
So that will come in the point that Prabhupada showed as an example to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. That will fulfill it, because he received the instructions from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, how to follow the instructions of the spiritual master. Example, to follow the instructions of spiritual master. Okay, very good. Any one or two more points? One more very important basic point is remaining, which Prabhupada gave. See what all is covered?
Lectures.
Huh?
Lectures.
Lectures, that will come in knowledge. It has come in
opportunity to preach, Prabhu.
Opportunity to preach, amazing. Jai. So opportunity to preach, how we'll write it? Because we are not preachers, we are trying to assist. So opportunity to assist his mission through by giving us a chance to utilize our skills and talents in Krishna's service. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Because that's what we do. We have skills and talents only. But Prabhupada gave us the opportunity that we can utilize their skills and talents, and in that way we can serve Krishna. So Prabhupada gave us the opportunity to assist his mission. Very good. One last point, one very important thing is remaining which Prabhupada gave to this world.
I think in chanting,
Yes, sir.
16 rounds, fixed number of rounds and 4 rings.
That will come in the process of Krishna consciousness.
Prabhupada gave us the Guru Parampara.
Prabhupada gave the Guru Parampara.
Translation of
Okay, your point is good. Prabhupada gave Prabhupada gave Guru Parampara, very good point. Can you be a little more specific how Prabhupada gave us the Guru Parampara? Because I am looking for
translation of a specific Gaudiya Vaishnava literatures like Chaitanya.
That I already told in the beginning, the first point, spiritual literatures in English language, very easy to understand and apply. There is the devotee told, who told this point? Guru Parampara?
Vamshi.
So in this only, can you be a little more specific how Prabhupada gave us the Guru Parampara? There's one way Prabhupada gave it.
By initiating so many devotees.
Sorry?
Like
Initiation.
By initiation. Okay, but I didn't got initiation from Prabhupada. So how Prabhupada gave Guru Parampara?
Across the world.
Sorry, somebody spoke.
Disciples.
Across the world.
Across the world means what?
I mean, all over the world. I mean, in every country we have now ISKCON widespread. In the initial stages, he sent so many devotees to different places.
So what Prabhupada gave for giving the Guru Parampara? Somebody spoke it.
Disciples.
Disciples. Prabhupada gave us his glorious disciples who are currently the spiritual masters, who are further creating more spiritual masters. And in this way, they are actually connecting us to the Guru Parampara. Yeah. And you know, this is very important point because Prabhupada's, one of the greatest gift of Prabhupada is the disciples. One disciple of Prabhupada is like one gem. We talk about so many Maharajas today. What wonderful, great souls they are. So in this way, we saw some things actually in the unlimited contribution and glories which Prabhupada has done for all of us. These are actually very few. If we go on, time is short, but if we go on, it's like the list is unending of Prabhupada's contribution to this world actually. It's unlimited. So we are actually today's day, why we did this exercise, because we all are supposed to see this, remember this, reflect on this, and feel gratitude. Oh, Chare Bapre, Prabhupada has given so much. I forgot only, like that. So that's why this kind of exercise is very, very important. For all of us, especially today, to increase our gratitude for Srila Prabhupada. Just a minute. So now, see, Prabhu, today is a fasting till noon, so I will take some more 15 minutes. Don't mind. But there's one more exercise which we will do now. After we learned now what Srila Prabhupada gave to this world, what Prabhupada's contributions were to this world and are. Now one more exercise we'll do. So before that, I'll like to ask a question. You can give a raise of hand or whatever. How many of you want to be part of Srila Prabhupada's movement or Prabhupada's society? In whatever way. Very well. Correct? Okay. Only 2 people raised hands. Okay.
Somehow my raise hand actually is not working. Zoom.
Okay. Yeah, all of you want, I know. So, now for all of us to be actually part of Srila Prabhupada society, we have to know what all Prabhupada expects from the members of a society. Because how can you be a part of Srila Prabhupada society without knowing what are his expectations from his members? Is it not? Like that. So, this is going to be our next exercise. You can see on the screen here. Okay, so we are seeing. So what Srila Prabhupada expected, or we can say expects, from the members of a society in Krishna consciousness. We all want, just now told that we want to be Srila Prabhupada's society members. Now we want to be connected to him through society. So what all Prabhupada expects? So devotees can also now start telling one by one.
Follow 4x.
Okay, just tell 1 point only, give others also chance. So who told that?
Prabhuji Aman.
Okay, so I will write the name also when you are speaking so that I know who is speaking what, and that is very easy to, because what we speak will follow also. No? So 4 to follow the 4 regulative principles. Okay, what else Prabhupada expected?
Chant 16 rounds daily, regularly.
Okay. Okay, then writing name will become very tedious. So I will just do that only. Okay. What was the last point, Prabhu? To chant?
16 rounds daily.
16 rounds daily?
I mean, minimum 16 rounds daily.
Correct. 16 rounds minimum daily. I have to highlight that minimum. Just a minute. Okay. Yes, next point.
To read the spiritual literature.
Acha, this Prabhupada expected us to read any spiritual literature from here and there?
No, which is in line with Guru Parampara, what he has given, Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita.
You will find there are many letters of Prabhupada I can share with you. Prabhupada told very specifically that Prabhupada wants the members of the society to read his books. Obviously, we can read Acharya's commentaries and all, but not before we complete all Prabhupada books thoroughly. Scrutinizing. Prabhupada told everybody should try to read my books every day, 2 hours minimum. So by our book reading, at least we are trying to read 45 minutes, 1 hour every day. So to read his books scrutinizingly. Scrutinizingly spelling is correct? Scrutinizingly. Read his books scrutinizingly every day. From all, okay, every day. So here, the highlight point is read his books. Okay, what else? Next.
So yeah, to go here.
Yeah.
Prabhupada wanted us to cooperate.
Yeah. So Prabhupada wanted to cooperate amongst each other for what?
Serving the mission of society.
That is the full statement. Cooperate amongst each other to serve the mission. You know, once Vaishampu was saying to us in one brahmachari class, in one brahmachari camp, that many times we have heard the statement of Srila Prabhupada, na, that you can show your love towards me by how you cooperate amongst each other. Correct? So Vaishampu told us that actually the full statement is not this. Full statement is Prabhupada wanted to say that you can show your love towards me by how you cooperate amongst each other to serve the mission. So our cooperation is actually to take the mission ahead, to expand the society. So otherwise, many times devotees have a wrong idea of cooperation. Let us cooperate each other to do many other things. But we should remember that cooperation is there to take the mission ahead. Correct. So yes, that's what Prabhupada wanted. Very good. Yes, what is the next point?
Getting up early.
So getting up early and do what? Go for jogging?
And follow morning program.
Yeah. To rise early in the Brahma Muhurta, because Prabhupada writes many times in his book Brahma Muhurta. Brahma or the Muhurta, and attend the temple program, which is beginning from 4:30. Beginning from 4:30 a.m. So even though you are not in temple, but we are all supposed to follow this program. Even though you are at our home, we are actually supposed to ride at 4 a.m., take bath from 4:30 a.m. Either we should be chanting or reciting Sishtastakam prayers or doing Mangala Aarti, or our morning program should start at 4:30 a.m. This Prabhupada expected everybody to do. Yes. What else? Hare. Come on, there should be many points coming. Prabhuji, there's many.
To preach in whatever way it is possible to.
Sorry?
To preach in whatever way it is possible.
What do you mean by whatever way?
I mean,
You
somehow
mean I can preach whatever I want to preach?
No, not. Somehow we need to try to bring people to nearer to Krishna by giving some philosophy or like whatever they are interested in. We can try to bring them nearer to Krishna. Some people might be interested in knowledge. Some people might be interested in different type of.
Okay, so point is preaching.
Yes.
Now, who will require what according to their interest? You should try to bring them. But we are asking here, the question is, what Prabhupada expected from us? Like, suppose in preaching, so what should be our attitude in preaching? Or what should be our outlook towards preaching, which Prabhupada wanted us to do?
Propagate spiritual knowledge as per Gurum Parampara, as per Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yeah.
Not to deviate from the scriptures.
Yeah, correct. So to preach based on bona fide bhakti shastras like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, CC. Because nowadays also in ISKCON, on the name of preaching, many types of preaching are happening. People are calling everything is preaching. Somebody is giving one-time program only. They never move ahead from one-time programs. Somebody is speaking kind of bridging topics. People are speaking jokes, and they're making YouTube videos on many self-help topics, or how to topics, how to this, how to that. and many wishy-washy things they are speaking, and they're calling that also preaching. But that kind of preaching Prabhupada never wanted us to do. Prabhupada wanted us to preach based on bona fide bhakti shastras like Gita, Bhagavatam, CC. Prabhupada himself preached like that. Prabhupada taught his disciples to preach like that, and that's what Prabhupada expected us to preach. Okay, so that is a very important point in preaching. Okay, what else?
Distribute books and published books in
Hari
accordance
Bol.
to
Everybody say one big Hari Bol for Aniruddha Prabhu for this point.
Haribo.
And this point should come in the very beginning. Prabhupada wanted us in preaching, specifically Prabhupada wanted us to distribute books. Whose books? वो जीत आपकी या वो अमीश, Shiva trilogy, that we should distribute, or what we should distribute?
distribute Prabhupada books.
Yeah. Distribute his books. It means Srila Prabhupada distribute his books. And what you told Prabhu after that?
And the published books like Back to Godhead and
okay. Publish will come first, because without publishing we cannot distribute. So publish and distribute books. How much we should distribute? Little bit only, na? Yes. Only few books we should distribute, correct?
All over to everyone.
To everyone.
Yeah, in large scale, mass distribution.
We should.
What else?
We should, like, whatever we hear, we should preach. Like, no need to wait to get the complete knowledge.
Oh wow, who told this point?
Prabhuji Aman.
Aman Prabhu, my God. Aman Prabhu, my Dhanavad pranams to you. What a beautiful point. Jai. To preach as it is based on what one has heard, based on whatever one has heard, and not wait to become pure devotee. So Prabhupada actually engaged many of his young disciples in preaching. So he didn't expect that when we become pure devotee, then only we can preach. Correct? So Aman Prabhu, are you able to preach?
Little bit, Prabhu.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu. What else? What else Prabhupada expected?
Simple living, I think.
Eat only Krsna Prasad.
Yeah, Prabhupada expected us to live simply. No extravagant lifestyle of sense gratification. Correct? Why to live simply? To save time for practice and preaching Krishna consciousness. Good point. Live simply. Correct. What else?
To use everything, modern technology or anything, but in the service of Krishna.
My God, Aman Prabhu, what has happened to you? I think the special mercy of Prabhupada that descended upon you, that you are telling such miraculous, beautiful points.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Again and again, exactly in the mood which Prabhupada wanted in his books. I feel that Aman Prabhu is really taking in Prabhupada's books very deeply. I'm so happy to hear. Please, Aman Prabhu, show your darshan to us.
Sorry, Prabhu, not in great state.
Very nice. To utilize everything in the service of Krishna. Beginning with our own selves. First, utilize yourself in service of Krishna. Then utilize others also. Yes, to utilize everything in service of Krishna. What else Prabhupada expected? Some very basic points are remaining actually.
To live a pure life.
Okay, live simply and purely, we can say here. Okay, what else? See, to live in simply and purely, we should not forget the purpose. To live in simply and purely, no extravagant lifestyle for what?
For more time for, okay, that's also related.
Yeah. Some more points, some 2-3 more points. We will end it at 10 o'clock, but because before that, some more points.
Service to Holy Dham.
Okay, service only to Holy Dham. Service in the principle of service. To live in the consciousness a servant, of servant, always.
To conduct Sankirtans.
Yeah. Who told this point?
Kiran.
Correct. To spread the holy names of Krishna through Sankirtans. Correct.
Distribution of prasadam extravagant.
Hari Bol. Thank you. Who told this point?
Anirudh.
Where is another Prabhu? Oh, we are not able to see you, Prabhu. Very nice. Okay, now Anirudh Prabhu has come. So, very good. Anirudh Prabhu was our kitchen in charge also. That time he used to distribute prasadam very magnanimously. So, to distribute Krishna prasadam. What you told? To distribute Krishna prasadam, how?
Extravagantly, I told. Magnanimously is only correct.
Prabhupada right in one purport, as much as we can provide. Because if we say as much as people can eat, then it may be some difficulty. But if we say as much as we can provide, that is understandable. Okay, what else?
Donate.
Yes, Anil bro?
Charity for Krishna, for the opulence of Krishna, and poor for oneself.
Voice is not coming very loudly.
More and more charity for Krishna.
We should give charity to Krishna.
Charity for Krishna service. Service of the Krishna.
Sound is not coming clear.
Anil Prabhu is telling service opulence for Krishna, poverty for oneself.
So do more and more charity for service.
More charity for Krishna.
Okay. Very, very important point. Thank you. What is the point? To give one's wealth for Krishna's service more and more. Okay?
Not only wealth, all the 4 things.
What are the 4 things?
Body,
mind.
That one.
Okay. But the most important among them is the wealth, na? That's why I wrote wealth. Okay. Because people can give life, but not wealth. Nowadays, money is more sweeter than honey, more sweeter than life also. People can say, "Prabhu ji, मुझे ले लो, पैसा नहीं मांगने का, हाँ? मैं आ जाता हूँ मंदिर में, लक्ष्मी नहीं मांगने का." Yes. Okay. Any one more 2 points? One 2 point more.
Try to live in association more and more.
Yeah, Prabhupada actually expect us to live in the association of devotees. Yeah. And last point. Any one last point? Very punching point.
And we should not accept if, I mean, if people are against ISKCON, or if they are something doing negative propagation, or if they are against anything, then we should not tolerate them. We should
avoid the association of non-devotees, blasphemers, है ना? And non-devotees, blasphemers, and
Mayavadis.
Yeah, Mayavadis. Very important. Prabhupada was damn against the Mayavadis. Avoid this in non-devotees, blasphemers, Mayavadis, atheist.
And not to read their scriptures as well.
Not to read their books also. Very good. Good points. Thank you. So we got, and there are many other points also, the list can go on, but we got some basic understanding. Follow 4 principles, 16 rounds minimum, reading Prabhupada books every day, to cooperate amongst each other, to serve the mission, rise early in the morning, Brahma Muhurta, attend morning program, not to remain on the bed late, inside the blanket. Yeah? And what else? To preach bona fide Bhakti Shastra like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, CC, publish and distribute Prabhupada books in large scale, to preach based on Shastras, and whatever one has heard, not to wait to become pure devotee, live simply and purely, save time for practicing and preaching, utilize everything for Krishna service, live in the consciousness of servant always to spread holy name. Very good. So very nice points have come. Thank you, Prabhus, for all these wonderful points. So you see, we got contributions of Srila Prabhupada and then what Prabhupada expected us to do. So this is, in this way, it's a very nice way to, contemplate today of what Prabhupada gave to this world to feel gratitude for. And gratitude is not just, as I told, is not just in words saying thank you, or just raising hand and dancing Prabhupada, Prabhupada, or in offering flowers, but real gratitude is actually in our actions. In our actions. And those actions, based on this list which we just now saw, based on what Prabhupada expects us to do. So, living very exemplary Krishna conscious life and preaching. This is the essence of all the things which you told Prabhupada expected us to do. Like this. So, in this way we understood. One last thing which I like to tell before we leave. So, it's very good that today is Prabhupada disappearance day, and now very soon Srila Prabhupada book distribution marathon is also coming. And as many of you told that Prabhupada wanted us to distribute books and participate in preaching mission. So that's a very good opportunity for us to actually show our gratitude by doing something for Prabhupada in preaching, to distribute his books actually. So yesterday I was thinking, actually yesterday we had a Bliss meeting with Radhesham Prabhu. So Bliss, BLISS. This is a group of many devotees from all different temples. All the brahmachari leaders inspired spiritual sangha, the full form of Bliss. So there Prabhuji, Radhesham Prabhuji is also saying the same thing to all of us. He is saying that actually we should scratch our head to think how to increase our preaching and increase the number of people connected to Prabhupada. So Prabhuji was saying that, as we are learning things in Krishna consciousness, each of us actually have to come forward to take responsibility, to take lead in some sort of service for Srila Prabhupada's mission. Now we all have received so much. We have heard so many lectures from our superiors. We have eaten so many kilos of prasadam, so many liters of Charnamrit we have drunk. And we have read so many books. Our superiors and our spiritual masters and teachers have given us so much time solving our questions, answering our queries, doubts, and they have brought us to this level where we are chanting now 16 rounds, and they themselves have practiced to set a very exemplary standards for us. So we have always remained on a receiving end. So much we have received, but now our bhakti will grow further if now we start moving from the receiving end to the giving end. Because when you start giving, that is the time you start receiving even more. Correct? When you start giving out, that is the time you start even receiving more, and you feel very the sense of gratitude increase. Because even when I actually entered in the preaching field and I started preaching, actually that time I realized what it takes to make one devotee, and what it takes to not only make but to maintain one devotee, and what it takes to not only make and maintain, but what it takes to maintain happily one devotee, or what it takes to maintain one happy devotee. It takes so much. And when I personally went through it, actually my gratitude increased 10 times more for my superiors and for Srila Prabhupada, that how much hard work they might have done to start this movement. So if we really want to experience gratitude for Srila Prabhupada, the best way to do is to ourselves participate, come forward, take risk, come out of our comfort zones, extend ourselves and take risk and take some challenges to do something for Prabhupada. That's how it is. To dedicate our body, mind and words. And that's why I always say that for those for whom it's possible to join full time and dedicate your life only for Prabhupada's mission, we should always try for this first. And for those for whom it's not possible, then with many other ways, through giving our money, hard-earned monies, to give our intelligence and brains, to give even our physical energies to go out and distribute Prabhupada books, we should try to dedicate and serve in whatever way possible. And for that, we have to come out of our comfort zones, extend ourselves, then we will be able to feel, and then the whole world also will be benefited. So let's not remain in our cozy zones. Anyway, our lives are very short. Half our life is already over. If we don't extend now, when we will extend? So please work hard to improve ourselves. Follow the principles very nicely, and then come forward to help the world, help the mission, assist Srila Prabhupada. Then we'll be actually experience what is real bhakti. We'll actually attract the grace of Krishna, like that. So on this auspicious day of Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, let us all offer our very deep gratitude to Srila Prabhupada by remembering his contributions of what he expects from us, and to offer a very deep prayer at his lotus feet that Srila Prabhupada, we are eternally very indebted to you for everything you have given to us, although we have never seen you and never met you in this life, but we all feel as if that we are eternally connected to you. And through this wonderful movement of yours, through your wonderful disciples, through your wonderful instructions, your books, you are ever present in our life. And we just pray to you that may we never leave your movement, we may never leave your devotees, may we never go away from your instructions and your divine teachings. And day by day, let our commitment, let our faith, let our service attitude towards you and your society may go on increasing to much and much more extent. May the doubts in our heart get clear. May our attachments go away so that we can wholeheartedly surrender ourselves to your movement and mission. You are our Masiha and you are our Savior, Srila Prabhupada. You are the Senapati Bhakta of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who have come to this world just to give Krishna Prem, love of God, freely to each and everyone. You are supremely compassionate. I am a very fallen soul, wandering in this mortal existence, life after life, shelterlessly. I sincerely seek your blessings, your prayers, your shelter under the guidance of your disciples, and the representative of your disciples and your society to safely practice Krishna consciousness and to come back to you to assist you in whatever way possible. And Srila Prabhupada, as it is not possible to preach Krishna consciousness without being empowered by Krishna, so we pray to you that please, please, please empower each of us in whatever way you feel appropriate, so that we can take your books, your mission, your message to so many suffering souls in this world who are in desperate need of Krishna consciousness. From the core of our heart, we express our gratitude, our salutations, our everything, our body, mind, and words in your service, Srila Prabhupada. Kindly accept us as your eternal servants in your lotus feet. Give us the shade of your lotus feet and engage us in spreading Krishna's glories, your glories all over the world. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Tirobhav Maha Mahotsav ki,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja Mahotsav ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for your time. Today it became 10 o'clock, but we're going to have such a beautiful discussion on Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. So let's keep the spirits high, and all of you are so intelligent people. Please, I am not very skillful in terms of finding out various ways and means of spreading Srila Prabhupada's mission. But all of you are very, very intelligent people, very educated, and I just have one desire that all of you come together and do various wonderful things for Srila Prabhupada's mission. And specifically for all of us, we have our Gita life, and we also have ISKCON Puri specifically for, because as I told in my lecture in the beginning, that we all need to feel connected to the movement, and movement means to a temple where we are connected to. So if you all start identifying yourself and connect to the service opportunity which is there in front of us, then our services will become more and more pleasing to Srila Prabhupada, more and more in line, like that. So in this way, specifically for all of us in Gita life, try to spread it more and more, and also the service of ISKCON Puri which we have got, try to feel connected to it, and in that way we are offering our services to Srila Prabhupada. So with this word we will end today, and now I am going for the festivals. I will offer all of your behalf the Pushpanjali to Srila Prabhupada, and I will also try to eat the feast on all of your behalf. Obviously, I cannot eat as much as possible, but I can eat one morsel. This morsel is for Aman Prabhu, Hare Krishna. This morsel is for Aniruddha Prabhu. This morsel for Jai Krishna Prabhu. This morsel for Anil Prabhu. Anyways, I'll remember all of you while eating feast, and I hope all of you are fasting till noon. In case you have not eaten anything, please fast till 12 o'clock. And wherever you are, please collect some flowers. In case you have a Prabhupada picture in Prabhupada books or in your photo, offer Pushpanjali to Prabhupada, wherever you are. Okay? And pray to Prabhupada. Okay? Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.